Hi everybody, Chris Stokes from Custom Fitness Personal Training Studio here in Amarillo, and today we're talking about making it happen. What's it even mean? You know, a lot of times people come to us and they say that the hardest part of reaching their goals is actually reaching their goals, being accountable to what they're doing. So how do we make it happen? Well, it's just too easy to not work toward your goals, right? It's too easy to stay in our comfort zone and not progress forward and not do the hard work that it takes to do whatever it is that we're trying to reach. That could be, you know, a goal could be your weight loss, it could be your muscle gain, it could be something as little as just exercising every day or eating healthy so many days a week or drinking your water so many days a week. There are so many different types of goals, and a lot of times we kind of cookie cutter that and put it all into one pile. But everybody has their own unique goals, and a lot of people that we work with, really honestly, all that they want is consistency over time, because they know that the truth is they're going to reach whatever physical goals they have by doing something healthy, consistently over time. So if they can do that, they know they'll get there. The problem is that you can know all that you want to know, but if you don't take action on it, it'll never happen, right? If education was all it took, Google would have solved our world's overweight and low health issues a long time ago. So instead, what we've got to do is really work towards finding that consistency, finding that way to actually make this happen day in and day out on whatever we're doing. Now remember that as you take this on head first, remember that it's not about perfection. It's about being 1% better every day. So if you can be just a little bit better, if you can do one thing better each day, then you're making progress. You haven't quit, you haven't stopped. Instead, you just continue to move forward. They may be tiny steps, and that's okay too. Nobody was ever meant to leap through goal changes and habit changes over time. We've got to make sure that we're taking those tiny steps so that there's steps that can be reproduced and relived and sustainable over time. So how do we do this? How do we make it happen? Well, the first step is planning ahead. We want to make sure, whether it's a month ahead, a day ahead, a week ahead, whatever it may be, we want to plan ahead. We want to know, this is my plan of action. This is what I need to do. This is what I'm going to do. And then step 2 is to schedule it in. So take that plan and now put it into your calendar as appointments, either with yourself or with someone else. Our training team serves as that accountability factor for a lot of people, and they're able to schedule their appointments with us, and they know that if they miss a session, it's not just another face in the crowd. We actually are going to call them and check in on them and see why they missed and what we can do to help them overcome that obstacle in the future, because we know that, again, consistency over time is key. So if we can keep people consistent, that's a large portion of our job. So we're going to make sure that we're planning ahead and that then we schedule it in, that it's important enough to put on our schedule. If you are not important enough to yourself to put that on your schedule, we get a whole different bag of issues there to deal with. But right now, if you think about the fact that, you know, what you're doing, it's time to take time for you, it's time to take action for you, then schedule it on your calendar as an appointment, and don't miss that appointment. Don't book over it. Don't schedule something else. That is time for you, and it's important time, because if you're not healthy, you can't do all these other things or take care of all these other people that you're wanting to, because you will lose your health and you'll be at home sick, or you'll be down in your energy. You won't be able to do the same thing. So make sure and remember how important that time is for you to get that done. So plan ahead, schedule it in, find an accountability partner. Maybe it's a team of trainers like us. Maybe it's a good friend that you have. Maybe it's a teacher or someone that is working towards the same goals. Maybe it's a friend at the gym. Find someone who can help to remind you, not to badger, not to nag, but to remind you about how important this goal is to you. And someone who can check in with you regularly so that they can say, you know, did you get your workouts in this week? Or did you eat healthfully this week? Or whatever goal it is that you're reaching for, make sure that someone's there to check in with you. Again, that's what our team does, is we check in with our clients regularly to make sure that they're staying on track. That constant accountability is really one of the key factors in success rates. So we've got to make sure that that happens. An accountability partner can be somebody that you work out with, or it can be somebody completely different that you don't work out with and that you just see every now and then. So it's just a matter of your choice. Find the person that works best for you, and find someone who is responsible enough to take on that role. So a long time ago, whenever I was in college, I had a good friend that would come work out with me, was the goal. We were going to set up this accountability thing. We were both going to work out, and it worked for a couple of weeks. And then all of a sudden they stopped showing up, and that became problematic, because then my accountability partner was gone. They weren't showing up, and now I was having to nag them and and badger them about getting up there. So we want to make sure that we find someone who's got kind of similar goals, or that has kind of a give and take relationship rather than all on one side, just to make it work. So then the next part is making sure that you reward yourself for healthy milestones. Now, we're not talking huge ice cream sundaes and pieces of cheesecake and stuff. Now, while that could be good every now and then, if you're working towards healthy goals, think of healthy rewards. Maybe it's time out by yourself. Maybe it's time out with a friend. Maybe it's a girls' weekend, a guys' weekend. Maybe it is, going out and watching a movie, or getting some new clothes or some new shoes or something like that. Reward yourself in a healthy way, but make sure that it's set milestones, that you plan those milestones out. Let's take the weight loss goal, for instance, just because that's typically one that's on everybody's mind. Whenever I reach X number of pounds, I'm going to reward myself. When I reach X number of pounds here, then I'm going to reward myself. Because we have to have joy in life. We have to know that our efforts are worth it. We have to enjoy the fact that we're making changes, and we have to take time to recognize those changes. Maybe it's drinking your water. Whenever I reach so many days a week that I've drank this much water, this is what I'm going to do. Now, again, you go rewarding yourself with unhealthy things. It kind of works backwards on the whole working towards your goals. But we want to make sure that we enjoy life, that we take time to really savor those successes, take time to think about how far we've come and what all we've done. So I hope that helps you this week. And if you need help in making it happen, that's what we're here for. Feel free to give us a call, 806-322-3188. We would love to help you be more accountable with what you're doing and give you a plan that really is done for you. We do all the research, we do all the hard work on that side, and all you have to do is go in and make it happen. So have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.